Good morning, FB fam. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope that you all can hear me. Hope that you all can hear me. Demont, good to see you, brother. Good morning to you, family. Good morning, Gertha. As we get ourselves set up and ready here, if you are in the LA area, January 22nd, we're going to have our Friends and Family Day at our church, Chosen Generation. Our services start at 12 p.m. So we'll be having Friends and Family Day. We'll have a great children's ministry for the kids. We'll have food after the service, and we'll just have a good time together. So I encourage you to come out and be a part of that and join us, and just come and hang out with us if you're in the LA area. We're located at 1430 East 103rd Street. That's City of Los Angeles. Zip code is 90002. We're located, even though it has an LA zip code, it's in the city of Watts. So we're right off 103rd and Central Avenue. So come and be a part of that. I want to encourage you to do so. B. Watson, I see you, man. Good to see you, bro. As we build this thing out, Dennis, man, good to see you, dude. As we build this thing out, as we get ourselves ready. Last week we dealt with ownership. Today we're going to deal with mission. My mission has been thwarted or distorted over the last week because I came into 2017 with flu and cold and stuff like that, so I've been slowed down a little bit, but I wanted us to deal with our mission today, because when we deal with mission, when we deal with where we are and what we're doing and all of that, it's very important that we understand what our mission is. My older children, particularly my oldest daughter and my son-in-law, they got me to start watching Game of Thrones. And so I've been watching Game of Thrones. I've been getting into the seasons. I think I'm on season 3, halfway through season 3. Get ready to move into season 4. And so, I've been watching this show, and it's very intriguing. It's very interesting. I see how people can get hooked on it. But I've been watching that, and at the same time, we just came out of football season. So we had we had the big game on Monday. Hey, Keisha, I see you. Thank you for joining us, sweetie. We had our big game on Monday with Clemson and Alabama. And the thing that was very interesting to me is using Game of Thrones and using the football game on Monday. Most of us know that, Alabama, Lane Kiffin was fired by Alabama and Nick Saban, and they put Steve Sarkisian in as the offensive coordinator. And I think the thing that sometimes gets distorted is the simple fact that you always have to know what is your mission. Your mission is tied to your destiny. So next week we're going to deal with destiny. But your mission is tied to your destiny. And I recall when I played football and when I was playing sports, it was always imperative that we understood what the mission was. What was our goal? What were we trying to get to? What is it that we were trying to achieve? And the way you go about doing that is that you carry out your mission. So for some of us year, we have to understand that our mission is very, very important. Our mission is very much tied to our goal and what we want and what we want to achieve and where we want to be. Some of us, as we deal with life and as we deal with where we are, we always have to be cognizant of the fact that our mission is what we buy into. Our mission is what we strive for. So when you deal with mission and you're dealing with your destiny, we need to find out, okay, where is it that we want to go this year? Some of us have goals. Some of us have plans. Some of us have dreams that have yet to be lived. But you got to realize, and I give this to you, and you can't miss this, is the simple fact that you will miss your mission if you don't know what your calling and your vision is. So when you look at the word mission, the first 4 letters spell out what? Miss. Some of us are missing our mission because we've forgotten our calling and we've forgotten our vision. Hey, sis. Hey, Anita, good to see you. What is your calling? What have you been called to do? What is your vocation? I'm not saying what is your job. What have you been called to do? What are those things that pull at your heartstring? What are those things that you know that you need to do? It's the same way that I counsel people, and I've learned over the years from being married and being with my wife for the last 20 years. Women have a very innate ability to have that sixth sense. So when we're counseling people, I always get to the point to where I have to ask the lady in the relationship, what is your sixth sense telling you? Your sixth sense is the same thing we all have for our calling. There is something that is pulling us, that is driving us, that sometimes is greater than where we are. So what is your calling? What is it that you know that you would want to do? And even if you did it, you wouldn't have to get paid for it. On a personal level, ministry is that for me. I love doing ministry. I love what comes from ministry and working within the mandates of what God has designed me to be. I love that. That's my passion. So when you have your calling, you also have to realize, what is your vision? How do you get there? When I think about mission and playing ball, our mission was always to get to the playoffs, and not just get to the playoffs, but to get to CIF finals, where we played in the championship. They used to talk to us about when we would get, if we got to the championship game, we all got championship rings, and all of these things would be showered upon us because we would be the champions of our division. That was the vision. Some of us are missing our mission because we don't have vision. The worst thing you can do is get into a car and not know where you're going. And if you live in Los Angeles, sometimes I think most people on the road don't know where they're going. That's just a personal thing. But if you get in the car, you don't know where you're going. You don't have it. You have no destination. You don't have a destiny. When you get behind the wheel of the car, you have to have a mission. So where are you going? What is your calling? What is your vision? That's how you're going to get to your destiny. Now, yes, we always say that God has designed our destiny. But I need to remind you, if you go to the scriptures and you read about Joseph, Joseph was someone who was sold off to the enemy by his own brothers, because they got ticked off at him because he was their dad's favorite, and they didn't like how his dad was. So they sold him off to the enemy. The thing was, when he got over there, he became a prisoner. But God orchestrated that thing to wherein what was meant for evil was actually used for his good, because then as he matriculated through some hurdles, because as he started working in the king's cabinet, the king's wife made an advance to him and all of that, threw him into a dungeon, whatever the case might be. He wound up being the Secretary of Agriculture, which means that he was ruling and operating everything that had to go on with the land. His same brothers had to come back to him because of the land's drought, and ask him for land. Sometimes your destiny is not a nice, smooth walking into this thing nice and easy. Sometimes you got to go through some hurdles. Sometimes you got to realize that you never lose sight of your calling, and you definitely have to know where you're going through your vision. But some of us are missing our mission because we don't know what we want to do and we don't know where we're going. Therefore, nobody else can come and be a part of this thing because folks don't go where they can't see and what they don't know. You can't take folks someplace that you don't even know where you're going, and you definitely can't tell people what it is that you're about. So that means that some of us are struggling in relationships because we don't know what the calling is and we don't have a vision for it. So we're just in this relationship and we're just having fun and we feeling good about it, but we have no calling, we have no vision. Everything in life, and I typically don't like to use terms like everything and never and always, but when you look at life and do it honestly, there has to be a mission. There has to be a calling, there has to be a vision, because that's what's going to get you to your destiny. Over the last 20 years, the calling and the vision for my marriage has been redesigned and changed, but we've always been trying to lead to a certain destiny. Me and Sister Karen's destiny is that we want to have grandchildren. We want to have great-grandchildren. Her and I want to grow old together to where we can sit up and hold hands and find enjoyment in getting up and making each other coffee and looking at TV programs. That's our destiny. My destiny for the church is for it to grow and to transform the city. I want the church to be that beacon of light, that place to where, and if it's not there, the city is affected. That's how much I want to infect the city. But what is your mission? What is the destiny that you're trying to get to? What is it that you're trying to build? What is it that you want? Your destiny is not tied to somebody else. It's tied to what you want. But if you don't know what the calling is, if you don't know what the vision is, you'll never get there. Don't get stuck missing your mission. We got to know where we're going. The funny thing is, and I'll leave you with this, when Jesus Christ came, he came on mission. He came on an assignment. He came with a clear destiny in mind. He knew what his calling was. He knew what his vision was. And that's what got him to where he is today. You may not be able to leave it. You may be on the fence, whatever the case might be. But Jesus Christ had a mission. So my question to you is, what are you going to do today to work on your mission? What are you going to do today to define clearly your calling? What are you going to do today to get a pinpoint on your vision? Because you can't get to your destiny if you don't know what your calling and your vision is. And you definitely can't get there if you don't know what your mission is. Don't miss your mission. Take care. I love you. Keisha, Anita, Demont, Brian, Aunt Gertha, thank you guys for joining. Share this stuff. I encourage you to share this stuff with your friends and with your family. Also go on our YouTube page, Cedric Nelms Ministries, and subscribe to our YouTube page. Over the next coming weeks, we're going to be doing what we call Tuesday tips, to where we're going to come out on Tuesdays and kind of do some things and put it on our YouTube channel. Like I said, if you're in the LA area, come get with us over at Chosen Generation, January 22nd, for our Friends and Family Day at 12 o'clock. We'll have food. We'll have the word. We'll have children's ministry. We're located at 1430 East 103rd Street, right on the corner of 103rd and Success, over in the city of Los Angeles, aka Watts, at 9002. I want to see you if you can make it. Sister Karen, I would love to see you. We would love to just have you in the house on that day and just celebrate with us. Be encouraged today, folks. We got to know what our mission is. We got to know how to get to our destiny. But we got to anchor ourselves in between our calling and our vision. Join us next week when we're going to spell out what that destiny looks like. What is destiny all about? That's a term we hear all the time, but sometimes I don't really think we know the gravity and the value of having a destiny. Dennis, thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate you, dude. I'll see you guys next week. This is Pastor Said, and I'm out.